Yeah, Jamie and Kelly, this is the first thing that Commissioner Harrison talked about, and the council obviously was shocked to hear that this officer was making over $100,000 in overtime. And overtime was the brunt of the discussion that lasted over 4 hours tonight.
The first step toward recovery is first admitting that you have a problem.
Baltimore Police Commissioner Michael Harrison candid about the enormous task he has ahead of him. A good chunk of the discussion at this Baltimore Police budget hearing, the expected $48 million in overtime for officers. $100,000 went to Sergeant Ethan Newberg, a 24-year veteran who was arrested, charged, and suspended without pay for the wrongful arrest of a man.
Are you putting any monitors in place in terms of monitoring that kind of overtime out of one individual?
Commissioner Harrison saying there were little to no checks and balances in the past, something he says he will remedy by putting in comprehensive tracking of where officers are when they're working overtime and what supervisors approved it, and putting a limit on how many hours an officer can work per week.
What we were finding is that officers would work overtime in a shift that's not their own assignment, but there were no permissions asked or permissions granted. And we were finding out about it at the end of the next 2-week cycle.
The president of the Baltimore City Police Union, Mike Mancuso, critical of Harrison, saying, quote, he would not condemn those who robbed and assaulted innocent citizens at the Inner Harbor, continuing to say, quote, how then can this be the same man who said that he reviewed Sergeant Newberg's body-worn camera video and made the decision himself to have the sergeant criminally charged? Closing by saying Commissioner Harrison has not been consistent and that officers should keep his decisions in mind as they go about their day-to-day jobs. The president's letter today, do you have any reaction to what he said and what his response was to what you said last night?
I think the people of Baltimore are smart enough to see what that really is and to smell through it.
Overall, Commissioner Harrison said this was a positive meeting, and he agreed with a lot of what the council was bringing up to him, and that he's going to work to fix those problems moving forward. There's an August 1st deadline for a crime reduction plan to be put into place, and Harrison says it will be ready by then. Live at City Hall tonight, Eddie Kadam, WMAR 2 News.